Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. How's everyone doing?
Welcome back. We have big news to share today. Laura and
Drum roll.
I, drum roll, we met in person
Woo! We did it. We finally did it. It's been a long, what, 4 or 5 months, and we did it.
and we did it. And we today are really just going to do something a little different than we usually do. We're going to switch up the vibes and we're just going to literally talk about how we met and what that was like and what we've learned and how much fun we had. Um,
Wait, what do I feel like this is a relationship? Like it's like the how we met story.
Because we met. Yeah, no, honestly, it literally feels like that. We're dating everybody. That's our big news. No, I'm just kidding.
We're dating.
Um, really wanted to talk about this because it just is like something where now that we have met in person, we're like, well, we probably can't go very long before we have to hang out again because we're iconic.
Um,
So I
such a
guess
babe.
we're just gonna really walk you through like everywhere from before we actually met and what we were both feeling to what we did and the aftermath too. So I guess Laura, what was your vibe? What were you feeling before we actually saw each other in person?
So I was like so excited to meet you, but I also was like chill about it. I was just like, everything's gonna work out. It's gonna be fine. But I'm not really somebody who gets nervous like before a date or even a first date. Like Um, I feel like I can pretty much talk to about anyone, so I can kinda wing it, and we had talked so much. The only thing I was like, "Is the vibe gonna be different in person than, over FaceTime or podcasting?" That was the only thing I was really concerned about, but because I knew we would, like, click and talk or whatever, and I was like, because sometimes we can be, like, really on, and then sometimes we could not, and so I was, like, worried that, like, that was gonna be, like, a weird, like, because a lot of people see me, like, at a level 10. But, like, a lot of me is could just be, like, laying horizontal, listening to depressing
Facts.
music. I'm like, "Let
Facts.
me just say what it is."
Literally.
What about you, Abby? How did you, like, feel, going into it?
Well, I guess so for me, I mean, not only was it just out of my comfort zone to like fly to a different state and, do things that I haven't really done before. Like for this interview, it was a lot of big girl things, which is great. I loved it, but it was something where I was like, okay, at least I have my emotional support friend, Laura. That was everything for me. But yeah, on my way there, like it was mostly all the like thoughts that I had about what it would be like to actually meet you in person was mostly on the flight on the way there. Because what else do you do for like 4 hours other than think, you know? Um, but I was the couple things that I was like, okay, I'm like 99% sure I won't get kidnapped, but there is that little 1% that like you don't really know until you
Yeah.
you find out. So very happy that didn't happen. And also weirdly, I was like, what? I guess I was like, is there going to be any awkward moments? Because we are on FaceTime all the time, which feels like you're in person to an extent, but part of me was like, will it be awkward at all? Like, I hope not. I don't think so, but that did cross my mind. And I will say I was pleasantly surprised. There was no awkwardness, like at all, negative awkwardness, if anything. And then I was also like, what is she going to smell like? Which is a really weird thing to think about, but I did think that way. I was like, I
Oh,
wonder, like, what does she stink? No, I'm just kidding.
she gives, like, kinda dirty. Like, does that girl shower? She doesn't wash her hair very often. I do shower
No,
every day.
you do not
I
give me
don't
dirty
stink.
vibes, but
I
yeah,
do
those
stink.
are some random little things I was thinking about. But I guess what was it like? So I got off the plane and Laura just drove up to the airport and we were trying to find each other. And that was where I was like, okay, either she's real or she's not. What if she just says that she's here and she's not? But I was tracking your location, so I was pretty
She
sure.
kinda did think.
But and then no, right when I saw Laura, I guess Laura, you tell me what you were feeling like the initial like hi.
Um, yeah, I mean, I was trying to figure out where to go, and I had to loop a few times, because we were at the Atlanta airport, and if you know, you know, and that's all I gotta say. And so I was a little, like, just not really flustered. I was just, like, zoned in, like, "Gotta do what I gotta do, find her, let me loop again," whatever. And so, yeah, I got out and just, like, immediately, like, hugged her. I was like, "Hi." I'm like,
Mhm.
"You're a real person." And then I was like, "Oh, this is, like, so natural." And then we got our stuff, put it in, and got in the car, and we're like, "Ah," and then we're like, "We have no idea where we're going." And, we had, like, catch up on some tea that had just broken, and so it was a lot. It was a lot, at that time. How did you feel when you first stepped
Well,
outside
first
and
of
were trying to
all,
find me?
yeah, first of all, the Atlanta airport, oh my goodness. I've been to quite a few airports. That one is by far the most confusing to me, and it's so big. And I was like, where am I? What am I doing? But it's fine. Anyway, yeah, right away, my first thought was, wow, you're tall. Like I knew that you said you're 5'9", but something about just being in person, I was like, whoa, like you're tall. I mean, we're both tall, but it was just so
Yeah.
interesting. And for the first maybe a couple hours, maybe hour or so, we were like poking each other, like, oh, just making sure you are real. Oh, you are. Okay. Like it was so funny. It was like such a surreal experience. The whole trip was, but yeah, it was very just like nothing felt different than what it usually feels like when we're talking. And it was like, wow, we're just meant to be friends in person too, which kind of sucks that we have to leave each other at the end of this. But and
Yeah.
we were both pretty indecisive about where we wanna go to eat, so we were like, "You choose, you choose, you choose." And then we landed on this really good Italian restaurant.
It was good. I knew, we had one in Birmingham, so I knew it was gonna be good. And I probably should have, like, planned something. I, like, texted a few people that I knew in that area, and, I j I didn't know how the day was gonna go, so we didn't do that. But it honestly ended up being fine. Like, we just went to Buckhead. I was like, "This is, like, a safe-ish area." Um, so we ate lunch there, and then Abby was like she looked at me, which I love a plan. She was like, "We're going there. We're gonna go pick to liquor store and get up some high noons, and then we're gonna go back, and we're gonna get ready, and then we're gonna go to drinks and dinner." And I'm like, "Boom, yes, that's what we're gonna
Yes,
do." So
we
that was the
really
plan.
that was the plan. We really overestimated the high noons, though. We kind of forgot we were there for one night. And so Laura had
Yeah.
to take a bus back home because I mean you can't obviously fly with that, but we really overthought. We didn't think that one through fully, but it's fine. Um, but yeah, and Laura, I don't know what it is about like you driving, but you're like the chillest driver. But then you're like sometimes like between two lanes, and then sometimes like running over curbs, and you're just like, it's all good. She's just another thing, Laura, we've talked about this since episode 1, is that she's a lyric person and I'm a beat person. The first, I don't know, couple hours of seeing you in person, she's screaming lyrics at me, not in a mean way, but like it was so funny. I can't even describe it, but it was just over and over these lyrics where I'm like, okay, I'm trying to listen, but I don't think I have to since you're yelling them at me. It's all good. I can just listen to you. It was so
I
funny
just,
to us.
like they're, like, all these songs that, like, I think about, and I'm alone most of the time just listening to them, being like, "Oh, this one hits home." And you know who would understand it? Abby. Abby would understand why it hits home, and I'm like, "Abby, listen to this one part, okay?" And she's like, "Got it, okay, I get it, it relates to you, I get it, okay."
I'm like, stop
Hold on.
yelling at me. No, it
I
was
know,
funny.
literally. Hold on
But
one
yeah,
second.
that was really funny. I left that trip from you and I had so many new songs to add to my playlist. Laura's got a really great music vibe, especially for those who like lyrics over beat or like listen to lyrics over beat. But
True.
they
See?
have both. I mean, but like, yeah, I don't know. Good songs you have.
Thank you. I have all genres. You can do rap, vibey, lo-fi. What is it called? Lo-fi? I don't
I
know.
have no idea.
Country. God, my country playlist is uh, I would go to toe to toe with any man on my country playlist, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
win every time.
you
Like
will.
I
You
have the
know all
most
the
niche and like old and new. I mean,
songs. So before we stopped, like to get high noons, we were at this restaurant together. We shared some apps and we had a drink, and we asked the waitress, "Where do young women like us go on a Monday night around this area?" And she goes, "I actually don't really know. Let me go ask my colleague in the back." She comes back out and tells us a place, and we are like, "Okay, we'll check it out." Then we go, we get to the hotel after that. We check in, and then we get up there with all of our high noons. And the hotel, it wasn't like a bad hotel, but it was kind of felt like an off brand of what it maybe I thought it was going to feel like. But
Right.
that didn't stop us. We went in there. We like,
It was a
what did we
big
do?
room though.
It was a really big room. It was huge, and the beds were so comfortable. Oh my goodness.
So comfy.
I already missed that bed. So yeah, Laura went we were getting ready. You went live for a little bit. I remember that. And people were like, "Oh my gosh, they're just so happy to see us together." And we were like, "So are we." So we're not the only ones who were just so excited about this. It was so fun.
We are learning a little bit that, like, people are kind of invested a little bit in our lives. Not like a lot, they don't care, but, like, kinda like you're, I don't know, invested in something like local Facebook gossip, I guess, is kind of how I equivalent to how
Right.
invested they are. Not very, but, like, they check in and they're like, "Wait, no way those people met. Oh my god, that's
I know one of
crazy."
our friend we had a friend who, I think I told him like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to see Laura." And he was like, "Are you really?" And it took until us being live together for them to be like, "Wow, you weren't lying." But that was so much fun. And what did we do? Once we got to the hotel, what else did we do?
We went live, we got ready, we took pictures, we filmed some TikToks. We like
Mhm.
immediately jumped on the bed. I don't know what we're doing, but we did that. You said something about ice like 6 times and I'm like, "Okay, like let's go get ice." We didn't get
Oh
ice
my
until
gosh,
later.
I am
It
an
was so
ice girl.
funny. No, you are right, and we needed to do it. It just was funny. You'd be like, "Don't forget we gotta get ice." I'm just like,
Yeah,
"This is
I
such a."
know. It's so
It was like
funny.
the
I can't
one thing you were in charge of. I was like, "We need to figure out where we're going to eat." And you're like, "Yeah, but the ice."
ice,
And I'm like,
but ice.
"Got it."
And I'm so glad we found that. I don't really like water without ice. I'll drink it. I'm not that like needy, but I was so fixated on the ice all night. So yeah, then we
It was
get
the mood.
ready. We just were vibing a little bit, and then we ordered an Uber, and we were in an area that was just not very populated. And of course, it's a Monday, but I mean, even here, a lot of things are open on a Monday. But this felt like the only restaurant or like, yeah, place that was open. So we went there, we got an Uber, and we get to the restaurant, and it's just me, Laura, the bartender, and one other couple in the whole place. We were like, well, it was mostly crickets, and we are like, okay, let's just get a drink and like let's get out of here because we were kind of feeling more vibes than that.
Yeah.
And you want to tell the Uber story? We can cut it if you don't, but the tipping thing.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, so, yeah, the vibe I just kept being, like, mad weird. I did take a clip for like, it's a fine place and, like, not trashing the establishment. It's just, like, the vibes were not where what we were vibing for that night.
Mhm.
And anyway, so yeah, then we get into the Uber and I'm like, "Oh, I gotta tip that guy." And I'm like, "Da-da-da," like, $3. Da-da-da, 30 cents. So,
Yeah.
I did tip somebody on accident, 30 cents.
I only bring it up
Hate
because
that for
Laura
me.
I only bring it up because Laura felt so bad, and so did I, but, like, it was an honest accident, and we both were like, "No," because he was such a nice guy. Anyway, that was
Oh,
kind of funny. Then
bless
so we
him.
ordered a drink, and we're like, "Let's get an Uber." So we ordered an Uber almost, like, immediately, and then we said, "Hey, bartender, can we close out?" He says, "Yes." And then he goes, "Wait, do you guys want dessert?" And I was like, "I we would, but our Uber's on the way, we can't." He goes, "No, no, no, I'll give it to you for free, and you could take it to go." And I don't know, he says it's like a crème brûlée mixed with I don't know what, but it was not a crème brûlée. I don't know what that was.
I was like a
Well, what
jelly situation. It was, like, really delicious. I tore that ish up, and I'm not even a sweets girl. One thing about me is I'm salty, like, I'm salty. And I'm not a sweets girl, and it just was, like, so absolutely delicious and delectable, and I don't know what it was, but I was very much into it. Um,
Mhm.
so it was a good restaurant, but
Yeah. So we got free jelly dessert. It was great.
on the way
Yeah.
to another bar.
Mhm. And
The
so we were like, "Thank you, gotta go." We get in the Uber and we're kinda like vlogging, but it was like we got the, like, bright light on us from the flashlight, and I was like, "Poor Uber driver," because it was kinda like a long ride, but he
Yeah.
caught our vibes. He's minding his own business. And then what we get to the next place.
Laura said I had to film content. The
Mhm.
Imperial Pig
That place was so cool. I liked that a lot.
The vibe there, look it up. It's so good. It was exactly what we wanted. It was like crowded, but not too bad. We were able to sit
Right.
at the end of the bar, which is the best place to sit. If you go to a bar, a sit down bar by yourself or a restaurant by yourself, or you have to travel for work and you're going out to eat by yourself, sit at the bar, but sit at the end where the servers are grabbing drinks. That is where you're going to get the most tea. That is where you're going to get the most entertainment. And that's where you're going to make the friends. That's
Yep.
a tip for a bop around girly. If you're a bop around girly or
That
guy, do it.
that is where all the gossip lies, and you're like, "I don't even know these people, but I'm into it." Like, yeah, like, screw Susan, right? Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
I was like, I can't believe she called in tonight. How on they knew that how night important this night was for you.
Exactly, and also I don't know about you, Laura, I'm a big lighting girl, like, the lighting makes a huge difference wherever I go, whether it's my house or a restaurant or wherever, but the lighting in this restaurant was just so perfect. It was magical for me. I don't know why, but I loved it, and we were trying to find that place that the original waitress at lunch told us about, but happened to be permanently closed, so we couldn't go there, so
That was
we
not
found
cool.
somewhere else, and I'm glad that we did. And then
It
what?
was great.
It was.
We we made some friends with the bartenders. So that was entertainment and we were giggling. We took some tequila shots. They told us what to order and we did exactly what they said. Oh God, we had some empanadas. Mm.
Mm.
If you know me, you
Laura
know I
took
love
some to
it.
go. We had
I,
some, she goes, "I'll get another order just to take it to go." They were so good.
I was like
And
dancing.
we
I
had
was like, mm.
yeah, you were doing the happy dance. We both were. We the whole time we were together, the amount of like truffle meals, like mushroom truffle meals that we had was crazy. I've never had that many truffles in one day, 2 days.
Everywhere we went was like a truffle thing. Like I wasn't even
Mhm.
like purposely like ordering it. It was just like coming to us. But it was so delectable. Um, delectable too, I guess. Uh,
Predictable.
delectable.
Mhm.
But I will say, yeah, no, um the bartenders were really nice. I flirted with one and
Yeah, you did.
yeah, I did. I was hardcore flirting with one. He was really cute. I mean, he definitely looked like my type, like kind of an F boy. He has
Mm,
tattoos. Love a tattoo man. And he definitely works out.
yeah, and
And he had
so
facial
we
hair.
and what?
And he had facial hair. So
I mean, and he had some facial hair. That's a win-win for you. Although, obviously, this is someone where you're like, I'm probably not gonna see you ever again, but, um, when we
hey,
were
we're going back to Atlanta, baby.
that's true.
Who says we can't go back?
That's true. We'll be there again, Mr. No Name, whenever
Yeah,
you,
Mr. No Name.
their outfits too, I mean, they weren't just, like, wearing everyday clothes, they had these, like, aprons on, and it was like their vibe matched so well with this place. It was so great. I love that place. I'm going back.
We're
I'll go
no,
back either way.
we're going back. Oh yeah,
And the
okay, so
bathrooms,
the
I
bathrooms were
love
so good.
bathrooms. Oh my gosh, it was
They were
like a
so good.
personal, like, spa in there. It was crazy. I loved it. Because
Um,
I have Invisalign, so I have to be brushing my t it's so unfortunate. I have to be brushing my teeth after every meal I eat and flossing. It's
she's
tragic.
really insecure about it. I'm not gonna lie,
So
and I'm like,
dramatic.
no one cares. But
But when there's a bathroom without any like, without a shared sink, I'm like, "Yes, I love it." Anyway, but when we were leaving, Laura, tell them what you did.
oh yes, okay. So I was of course calling him in pretty as I do. But I walked up to this man and I was like, "Hey, we're leaving." And I was like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "You're so pretty. I would like to let you know that I did leave my number on the receipt or whatever." And he was like, "Oh, okay, awesome." I was like, "Text me." And he was like, "Okay." And he did text me and he was like, "Hey, this is da da da. I just wanted to." I asked him for places to go after because I don't know why me and Abby thought we were going to go anywhere after, and we absolutely weren't. But
Mhm.
I think we were just trying to make conversation, honestly. And he's like, "I forgot to tell you to go to a place after, and I'm so sorry." And then he was like, "How long are you here for?" And I just straight up ignored him until literally like the other day, and Abby and her friend Mako. I love that I say "our" now, like, I've adopted him. Shout out.
Yeah. No, he's your friend as well.
I'm taking him now. I'm like, I get updates on the tea, we're friends. Anyway,
Exactly.
exactly. Uh, so I use that friend I use that word so loosely anyway, people get dramatic about it. But, yeah, so they were like, "Yeah, you should text him," and I literally just, like, texted him, I was like, "Fun fact, actually, not there anymore, but I'll be back," and, he never responded, which, like,
Yeah,
fair,
he's
I
gonna
did.
just wait. He's gonna do that, but, like, wait, like, 2 months and be like, "Oh, okay," and just answer it as nothing happened. You're gonna be
Yeah,
like, "Oh, forgot about you."
yeah, or I'll
So,
text him and be like, "Hey, I'm in town again."
I
I like
actually
every people's numbers and, like, at different places, so you can, like, text and be like, "Hey, is there anything going on?" Or, like, I don't know, I think it's just smart to have connections. Um,
It is. It
so,
really is. And I've never
yeah,
been to this before, so, if we run into someone, I'll be like, "Hey, I know you." And, um, I actually got so Laura was the one who was like, "Let's vlog this." I was like, "Alright," like, I will never say no to that. But I feel like I did a pretty good job at, like, capturing a lot of moments too, especially towards the end of the night, because I actually got on video. I recorded Laura giving that man her number, and it was so iconic. It was, like, so smooth. I don't know, watching it back have you watched it?
I haven't seen that one.
You have to watch it.
Was it smooth? I feel like it was
It
so
was. I
not
didn't I
smooth.
didn't get, like I didn't record you and him, like, your faces, but you could hear it, and it was pretty iconic.
Well,
And
guys,
then we
we did film a vlog, so I will be posting that, so check back on this channel, it's gonna be there on the YouTube, um,
on the
and
YouTube.
on the You am I 90? On the YouTube?
So funny. But then we
Me.
got in the Uber, and this guy was such a vibe. The only thing was that he was very soft spoken. Like, we couldn't hear anything he was saying. So we would just kind of pretended at a point to be like, yeah, heard, know exactly what we're talking about. But we didn't. We had no clue what was. But what did he do? He was like a music director or
Producer?
something,
Director? Yeah,
producer,
I think he produced music, and he
yeah,
produced, what was it?
African music.
African
He was
that's what he
from
kept calling it.
he was from somewhere in Africa, and yeah, he kept calling it. I think he called it African music. I don't
African
remember, but
Beats, I think is what he said. It
yeah,
was
and we
so
were just
cool.
vibing, we were dancing, and then so once he dropped us off, that was what, like a 40-minute ride or so?
Yeah.
Then once he dropped us off at the hotel as, you would, and instead of going in so I'm in Arizona, and we don't have much grass here, and I just have always wanted to be putting my feet in grass and grounding myself because I love it, and especially when you have grass taken away from you, you miss it even more. So, what we did instead of going into the hotel was we found this little, more or less dead patch of grass,
For
right?
sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
it
It's, like,
was
right next to the
brown.
sidewalk, you get the vibes. But
Right,
we
and so
never been more excited in our lives because one thing
oh,
both of us love to ground, like, put us in the earth.
put put us in the earth. Oh,
Me and Mother
we're
Nature are one, like, connect me to her. Ugh.
yeah, exactly, and we were just dancing around and jumping around in the grass. It was so random, but such a vibe. I can't that guy must have been the Uber driver must have been like, "Where are they going?"
He sat there for a minute, I think and we kept calling him Frank or Francais, but we need a leash. And then what did we do when we got back up to the hotel? Abby, could you please explain to them what I was
Well,
doing?
actually, on the way up in the elevator, I don't even know what was happening in that. Laura was like, I don't know. I don't
I
know
was
how to
sitting on the ground.
dancing?
For what reason?
You were on the ground for sure. I
And
don't know
y'all,
what was
look,
going
I
on.
mean, we had some tequila shots and a margarita, but, like, we weren't two-turn tally. Tally?
No, because
Two-turn
I had
Tony?
to be my brain had to be working somewhat the next day, so we
And
were
it was, like, 10 o'clock.
responsible. Yeah, we got home around 10. It was not like we were out
Yeah.
late, which I was surprised. I kind of weirdly, I thought like you were before I went into before I like saw you in person, I was like, I wonder if she's gonna be the person who wants to like go out until like 2 a.m. Like I didn't know.
Yeah.
But no, we both were like, let's go back to the hotel, let's get in our matching PJs and let's relax
FaceTime
and vibe.
everyone I know
FaceTime
and listen to
everyone.
music.
Yep. And that's what we did. But yeah, so we get up to the room, and then I was like, we need ice. We need ice because I need water. We need to like feel good tomorrow, whatever. Then we went out in the hallway, and literally the ice machine was right there, like couple steps away, but we went the other direction. And Laura, what did you start doing?
I just thought it would be funny to sort roll. Oh, I was literally perched. I wish I could show y'all. I was literally gargling, and if you know, you know, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm a gargoyle. But I was literally rolling. I really like to do handstands and forward rolls, which I did a handstand immediately when we went into the hotel room. But I was doing forward rolls down the hall, like I'm 15 years old or something, or 3 or 6. I don't know. But I was, yeah, I did
Somersaults
that.
were somersaulting.
I was somersaulting, and then there was fully like empty rooms, and they had like all this furniture stacked up. And yeah, I love an elevated surface. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. I'm like,
You cracked the code.
I am perching everywhere. Abby, after I talked about one of the people said something about me gargoyling, and then my friend Jean Ann said something about me gargoyling, and then you took a picture of me gargoyling, and then um I realized another person was like, "Yeah, when you come to my house, you just sit in the most you perch in the most bizarre place." And I'm
Yeah.
like this like the what is on their oh, the armrest on their couch is like where I decide to sit.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, my old roommate from college, Danielle, shout out Danielle, she's the same way. And you are the only two people I've ever met who gargoyle, but it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I'm trying to rebrand Gargoyle to Perch, so if you could work on that rebrand with me, that would be great. Because Perch
Well,
sounds a lot cuter than Gargoyle.
that's true. Please hold.
But
I have a lip gloss break.
I don't know, I do weird things. Anyway, I got on the elevated surface and I danced a little bit. Check out the video. It's gonna be on there, either our vlog or it's definitely on my TikTok too. So
Yeah, there was definitely some rooms that were being cleaned that Laura wanted to explore.
I
It
mean,
felt
I'm
like we
into
were the
it.
only people in this entire hotel. It didn't The vibe gave empty, just the 2 of us vibe. But in the morning, neighbors or something were just so loud, and I was like, "Okay, we're not the only ones here," but we did
And we
end up
were
finding
quiet.
the
It's not like we were yelling down the hall. We were just like
No,
giggling quiet. We
we're
were just being funny, like we are like like
we are not loud people. We're
no,
pretty quiet, but we
no,
were giggling. Well, I
we are
think we
loud,
screamed.
but not huh.
I said, "I think we, like, screamed once," or
Oh, when
maybe it
she
was
yeah, she was in the hotel room and something flew at your face or something. I think it was a ladybug and you just screamed.
Yeah, that ladybug was out to get me. I didn't trust her. Anyway, we did end up finding the ice maker. That was loud too. Whatever. We get back into the room. I think that's when we FaceTimed everyone, and then I was like, "Okay, time for pajamas and makeup off." And then both of us put on matching PJs. It was so cute. We were so vibey.
We are matching
Let
PG
me look.
girlies and we washed our face and we got in bed and
I'm not
told my
sure
friend
if
a
I was
story and he
Oh,
said I
yeah.
should be committed into a mental hospital and I said sedate me and sign me up
You said,
because
"You are absolutely right. Put me
put
in,
me in
coach."
coach. Put me in coach. I'm
I
just
don't know if
thinking
I
72
What?
hour hold. This is not something to joke about mental health issues, but also 72-hour hold, um, being sedated kind of sounds a little nice to me.
Like a little vacation. And then your friend was like, "No, like, this makes me think you really need to go get
I'm like,
professional help." And you're like, "Yeah, I know. Not news to me." No, it was funny. I don't know if I made you drink water or what, but the next morning you were like, "Thank you." And I was like, "You're welcome." But we
you
did
just
leave
kept
the ice.
mentioning it and you filled
What?
my water up and that you acts of service me the way to my heart. I'm gonna give if anyone's listening and just like wants to be my man, who knows? Maybe none of you, probably not, but because you know me and that's scary. But if you do want to be my man, acts of service me. You win my way to my heart. Literally do things for be like, "Do you need this? I'm getting this for you." Don't even ask me if I need it. Just go do it for me. Because I'm gonna tell you no. If you're like, "Do you need any water?" I'm like, "No." I literally won't even know. They'll literally pick it up. Just do it for me and I will because I'll start doing it for you. Anyway, acts of service
Facts.
me.
Acts of
I'll
service
fall
her.
in love.
Alcohol in love?
I'll
What'd you
fall in
say?
love.
Oh,
I'll fall in love. I was being kidding.
wow.
I'm kidding. I'm not falling in love.
Your hat has me in, a different mindset.
This is my girl's merch. Shout out probably a Shannon Ford. She is amazing.
Ah,
And this is her merch for her podcast, probably a podcast. And I love her. And she's some of the vibes that I want to be.
that was pretty much the end of the night. We both just kind of like fell
Just
asleep
real quick.
early too. I felt like it was early, especially for mountain time. Like Arizona time, it was like 10.
Yeah, it was really early for you.
Mhm.
Early. It was really early for you. And it was fairly
Drank,
decently early for
drank
me.
lots of
And
water, went to sleep. Laura is the quietest. Well, I'm used to snores from Tyler, so it was nice to not have that for a night. I was like, wow.
me and
Um,
quiet in the same freaking sentence. I love it.
Crazy. Who would have thought? So
It's only when
then the
I'm
next,
asleep. It's only
I'm
when I'm
only
asleep.
I'm only quiet when I'm unconscious. The next morning though, we both woke up and probably around like the same time, probably because my alarm went off. I don't know. And I don't, you've said in the beginning of this, like you don't get nervous really about like dates or just meeting people or whatever. I usually don't, but this interview had my stomach in knots. And I don't know if it was just because I've never been to the state, I didn't know where the building was or what, or just because I'm like thinking of what am I going to be asked? It was just like a lot in my brain, but my stomach was like, ah, I'm so scared.
Oh, I get nervous for interviews for sure. Get very nervous
Yeah,
for interviews and like tough conversations or like conversations where you have to be vulnerable, like stuff like that. Sometimes will get me a little
right.
nervy. Yeah.
Then Laura, as kind as she is, she drove me to like the interview building, and we may or may not have had like the wrong address. I don't know. It definitely didn't take us to the right place. So it took us, we were driving around for what felt like an hour, but I'm sure it wasn't.
No.
And we finally found it. It was like pouring rain. But we found it. And then I just went in, killed that, came out, and Laura's right there, right, waiting to pick me up.
You should go somewhere to eat. And you know what we said? You know, what'd be really good right now? Some Chili's. And
Mm-hmm.
because one thing against us, we love a bougie spot, but like run us through a Taco Bell, McDonald's, or throw us into Chili's because you know what? We can hang in all those places. Okay.
And you
We
really
can.
can't go wrong with Chili's. I mean, Chili's has been around forever, and it was a vibe. We're cheap dates.
It was great.
And yeah, we kind of sat there for maybe under an hour, I don't know, and we just were kind of like blank minded. We were just like, A, we know we're about to leave each other. Sad, very sad. And
Very
also
sad.
the interview, I
We
was
both
like
were
just
like, what just happened? Yeah.
yeah, I was just replaying everything in my mind, and we both were kind of in like a similar headspace at the same time, but
Yeah.
that was really nice to like not have to sit alone with my thoughts and have you there too. Um,
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I just call you, just like have a body double, and you're like, do you want to talk about anything specific? And I'm like, no, I'm just like ruminating. And I would like you to sit with me and
uh,
ruminate, you know?
the body double. That's so funny.
It's called a
And
body double.
then
Yes.
we were like, all right, let's go. And again, thank God for Laura. She drove me all the way back to the airport. And what should have been maybe a 45-minute drive, there was so much traffic. And we were more or less luckily in the car together for way longer than that. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and we also FaceTime some people in the car, and we were just like, oh, just minutes until we have to say ta-ta for
Bye.
now. We're fine. Everything's fine. But
Everything's fine.
yeah,
We'll see each other again, obviously. You're not getting
we
rid of
made
me,
it.
so
We
we
made
made
it
it.
to the airport.
We did.
And yeah, that was a lot. I bet you were probably sick of your car that day. Were you?
I'm always like, I love my car, but yeah, just I drive a lot.
You you have a
And I
very
drove
comfortable car.
a lot that day. But you know
Mhm.
what? I needed to be like alone with my thoughts. And I love to be alone with my thoughts
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Mhm.
it was good. It was a good little drive.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
vibed.
And the first thing also, I just remembered this, the first thing I noticed when I got in Laura's car, like, right away after the airport when she picked me up was there were these Ghost energy drinks. Like, she brought enough for maybe a week, and I was like, "Thank you." Oh my gosh, I love them. Again,
Ghost.
Ghost.
Sponsor.
Yeah.
I'm recording. Yeah, I have so much ghost. Everyone all the time is like, "Where did you get that ghost from?" And I'm like, "My car." Like, "You have?"
My
And I'm like, "Yeah, I have Ghost on deck, on deck, on deck, on deck." Obviously. I have everything with me
yeah,
at all times. The
yeah, your
Glade,
car
Ghost.
I could live in your car. It's
Yeah, and they're all in little organized patches. You need to be prepared, okay? You never know what's gonna happen. You need to be prepared.
yeah, you do. My car has next to nothing, so good for you. But yeah, that was kind of it. Then I went to the airport and I just debriefed with my mom and I got on the plane and it was like a 5-hour flight. Ugh. But it was fine. It was great. I was so happy that I met you. I even like my mom, I remember even said, Abby, even if you don't get the job, which we all know you will, even if you don't, at least you get to meet Laura. If that's the only thing that comes out of it, that's the best thing. And I was like, yeah, that's so true. And it was great. And
And
we
we got to
learned
meet.
and we got to meet and we learned that we're even more fun in person because it was just like the amount of people that like we attracted to was just like so fun.
Oh, yeah, people were like I said, giving us free shit, like, being besties with us. I'm like, they were like, "These people are a vibe." We're like, "You are a vibe, okay?"
Yeah.
There's
They're
something
like, you're
about us.
electric.
We do be meeting the best friend. I know, we told even the bartender that we were like, we started a podcast. That was so funny. We were like, "We just met and we started a podcast," and they're like, "Okay."
Yeah. I was like, go listen. Come on. They're probably
Shout
not
out
gonna
if
do
you
that.
are a bartender. Sorry, we're not texting you back.
Yeah, for
Rip.
real.
Rip.
So that's it. It was so fun. That brought me back to life in a sense.
Recharge my
But
battery.
yes, thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Did you have anything else to add before game time?
I just love you so much and you're the best.
I love
And
you.
yeah. And I think you're prepared for this game and I did not prepare. So anyway, guess what? It's ding 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 time. I gotta come up with a better jingle. That is not a good jingle.
Game time. I don't know. We have a
We'll
friend for
workshop
that.
it.
We need jingles. Yeah,
We do
it's
have a
game
friend.
time.
Friend, help us out.
Friend, help us. But it is game time. Let's do it. So, this is a game that kind of just contradicts everything we just said that was nice about each other because we're going to roast each other.
And we are like
Um,
not roasting friends. We are like really nice to each
mm-mm,
other.
mhm.
But
It's going to be
we
weird.
do well, I don't know. Sometimes we'll look at each other and go, "You're gonna have to get over that," or "You're being stupid about that." We do that a lot. You'll
That's
literally look at me and
true.
be like, "Get over it," and I'll look at you and be like, "Get over it."
It's time
Okay?
to move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this game that I'm sure other people have seen too, but it's like you say it's the blank for me about the other person. So that's what we are going to do. And I feel weird about this just because I like respect you so much. So like I feel bad.
Okay, but we'll preface, like, we're coming from a joking, loving place. This is probably things we've said to ourselves that we've
Mhm.
overheard that we know bother us, and so we're like, "Oh, we're gonna use that." So it's not a
It's a
mean
game,
thing. It's a
right?
game. We
It's
don't
a
care.
game.
They
We're having
care.
fun.
We're having fun. Giggles.
Well, how about you start then, Laura?
Okay. It's it's the literally getting Invisalign. This is gonna be a two-parter. I'm starting with a two-parter. It's literally getting Invisalign, complaining about how much you hate Invisalign to fix one of your teeth for me. That's what it is for me. For me, that's what it is.
It's so true. That's so true. My teeth were already straight.
Yeah.
I don't even
If
hate that
anyone
one.
needs Invisalign, it's me. It's my ass.
I can't. It's the refusing to save people's phone numbers for me. Like people who are not a small part of your life.
Yeah,
I'm
fair.
shocked my phone number is saved in your phone, to be honest. I'm shocked, but I love it. But yeah, that's it for me.
Fair. Fair. Fair.
Mhm.
If your number's saved, I've told you. If I've never told you your number saved, it's not. And I'm sorry. And it won't be. So I'm never gonna change. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
uh, it's the pouring glass of wine for any minor inconvenience in your life for me.
Or any minor celebration, yeah.
Minor, minor anything.
They say a
Which
glass of wine a day helps you live longer. It's just like working out.
it's just like what
It's equivalent to an hour of exercise, I heard somewhere one time, running with it. It's it's the dyslexia for me.
Fair.
There's nothing wrong with that, but
No,
it
I'm
is the
dyslexic. It's
dyslexia.
okay. You're not hurting my feelings. Um, it's a throbbing elbow for me.
Oh my. I just am like I need to be wrapped in bubble wrap. Look at that. It hurts.
It really does look like it. It really looks like it hurt. It's just funny that it's like my
I'm telling
elbow, and I'm like, is it broken? It's bruised.
yeah, my one friend, I said, "Ow, I banged my elbow so hard and it's like immediately puffy and bruised." She goes, "Oh, you probably broke it for sure." And I was like, "Don't say that." She's like, "Or at least chipped it." I'm like, "Let's just say like it's a bruise." Anyway, I need bubble wrap and I swear walls walk into me. It's not a me thing. So, it's the going to a Zach Bryan concert and you don't even he's not your favorite for me.
Don't be jealous that I got free Zach
I am
Bryan
jealous.
ticket.
I am so jealous.
One thing about me is I'm gonna get a ticket for free. So, um,
That's true.
getting mad at Tyler for being helpful for me.
Like what?
Like the other day when he was like trying to fill your car up with gas, and you're like, oh, I cannot be bothered with your questions, darling. I'm
Yeah,
like,
there was something with that. I was
"Hmm."
like, I can't remember what, but yeah, that
You
happens
were like asleep.
sometimes.
It's okay. It happens. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Just so you know, this man has closed a garage door on my car and scraped like all the back of it. So he deserves that one. No, that's just
It happens. It
what a
happens.
guy. He's a great guy. It's not my fault that I PMS. Okay. Um, oh god. It's
Say
the
it.
it's the leaving items at someone's house just in case they invite you back over. For me.
I have no, yeah. Mm. Yeah, some of the
You know
time I
there's
get
other
that.
people out there who do that too. It's
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, to be fair, they were left there before.
Mhm.
It wasn't like I left them there after I knew we might not see each other again. You know what I mean? It was we were seeing each other kind of
Yeah.
every now and then. So it wasn't that crazy. It's like the grudge behind doing anything that has the word wedding in it. The
Mhm.
disdain that you bring
Mhm.
to the situation. She
Mhm.
said, "Mm-mm, hate it,
Hey,
hate it."
there's no way I'm the only one. If anyone is out there, please let me know. I can't be the
I
only one.
actually just listened to a podcast of two girls who like always dreamed about their wedding and are planning their wedding. And one of them's like in Italy and it's like a dream destination and she still hates it, wedding planning.
Okay.
So you and she wanted a wedding. So like you're totally not alone. It's
But it's
just
so true.
so funny. It's so
It
funny.
It's so true. It's so true. He told me that I probably shouldn't come over, so I went anyway for me. Oh, that was so harshly put, though.
It you're not wrong,
Oh, wait, I'm
but
not
you're
not
like a
wrong.
little wrong. You're not
Mm,
wrong. But also like there's more to the story, but LOL.
yeah,
I'm not discussing it.
don't have to.
It's the me saying, "Hey, do you remember this man's name?" And you being like, "Who?" For me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, How can you not keep up with it's Balancing and Hatman? It's really not that difficult. There's not that many characters."
It it's when there's no name number 1 and no name number 2 that confuses me. I'm like, "I don't even know." Ah,
And they were both gone.
yeah,
And this is why we don't give them names and save their numbers. Okay?
yeah,
Because it's like a day. And I'm like, I don't even want to be talking to you.
full circle.
We're dropping some tea on this episode. I'm a little
I can't
nervy.
it's the sending guys thirst traps while you're at a different guy's house for me.
And this is how I know none of these men are my men.
True.
Because let me tell you, if I thought they were my
True.
man, I would not do that. If I thought that man was my man, he would know it. And they all
Well, the
kind of
best.
know where they stand. Okay. I'm very
Yeah.
communicative about not wanting a boyfriend. Okay. They know I'm talking to other people.
Well, this is why it's fun to be single for you because there's no rules. You're not
No, and I'm not
married.
serious with anyone. I'm not really seeing anyone. I'm just like occasionally I bop around. Oh, it is the purposely trying to trigger me for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One would
Yeah.
call it seeing how far your limits go, but one would call it purposely trying to trigger.
One would call it
No, it's
pushing the
true.
boundaries.
Well, because my one of my things in my head for this game was it's the getting triggered by ducks for me.
It's it's the asking everyone what bug they would be for me.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Audience question, okay? Audience question. If you were a bug, what would you be?
Probably a stick bug
Yeah.
or a ladybug.
Um, it's the going on a date but refusing to call it a date for me. That one is so true.
Yeah. 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 Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's uh it's switching out the exact same earring for a different size because you changed outfit for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same earring, different size
Didn't know
based on
you
my
can't tell
mood.
it you can't tell a difference, but she can.
I
And
can.
that's what's important.
Oh my god. It's the walking around town with one AirPod and not even really trying to get the other AirPod back for me. Are you gonna get that back?
She may be a lost soldier. You know what's funny? If I've had 3 AirPods and I had one for 7 years, Mary Austin ruined it one day. I had it for 7 years, Abby. Then I got um another pair for my sister. One of them only worked. I got my husband passed away. Only one of his worked. I tried to combine them, didn't work, and then bought another pair and then lost my other pair.
You just bought that new pair too.
Yeah. I mean, I know
Anyways.
where it is. It's at a bar in Baltimore, but
Mhm.
not really sure I'm gonna get that one back. But
It's just
the
funny though,
bartender
because
did
you're not
message me.
even you don't seem very bothered by the one AirPod. You're good. It seems like you're good with it.
I kind of hate it, but like, what am I gonna do about it at this point? You know,
Yeah. Maybe
I
ask for it
really
back.
do. You know, I could do that. That's a thought.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
really good thought. I I do love making friends with bartenders. Have we noticed this? That everywhere I go, no matter what city I'm in, I'm like, I have the bartender's number.
It's honestly a really smart move.
Yeah, it really is.
I wouldn't even say we really made friends with the first bartender at that lonely restaurant, but he gave us free dessert.
It's still bizarre.
It works.
Is it my turn?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Um, it's the thinking everyone thinks the same way about cooking for me.
Cooking?
Mhm.
Oh, like
You're like, it's a chore. You were like utter shocked, and I was like, babe, oh, that sounds like
it
top
sounds
chore.
awful.
It sounds literally awful.
Who would
Hate it.
cook? Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like to cook and I can cook. No, I don't like to cook. I can cook and I've done it before and I did it for like so many years and I'm just like I
Yeah.
can't be bothered with
You're
that.
just
I
like,
mean, I do it.
"Please, someone else take that part over."
Yeah,
Not like
or
you don't
like
have other things to do.
take something else off my plate and I think I would enjoy it more.
Yeah, you got a lot going
It seems like
on.
yeah, maybe.
Oh, I have, like, so many, like not so many, I have a couple more, like, pretty intense ones.
Okay,
So I'm
let's go.
trying
No, I'm ready.
okay, you want me I'm gonna start with the intense ones.
Okay. I gotta come up with some intense ones though too. I'm like, I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, go.
It's the mm, I was gonna say borderline, but I'll say borderline. It's the borderline stalking for me. Okay, but women, I mean, some men, I'm sure, but women can be like FBI agents for free. No training needed.
I have no words. So,
Mic
you know
drop.
what? I'm not scary, but like a little scary. Um,
You're terrifying. The laugh when you like are like the like angry laugh is terrifying.
yeah, it is. It can be scary. But I just like don't have to be normally. It's the never finishing a project for me.
Yeah. I don't think that's something I'm ever going to be able to fix.
Mhm, mhm,
That's ADHD
mhm.
and
Yeah,
ADD. It's a superpower, but
she loves projects, but she surely will not finish them.
mm-mm, mm-mm. That's so true. Uh, it's the um, it's the telling random men that they're pretty for me. It's cute though.
It's so cute. It's the being able to put together a good outfit, but not knowing it's a good outfit until I tell you it's a good outfit for me.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
it was great. And you're like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah. No, because I feel like I can't go out of my house unless it's Laura approved. At this point, I mean, until you came along, I could, but yeah.
She said, I've
Um,
actually never left the house until you were here.
I haven't. Um, it's the it's the making really, really messed up, dark, dark, dark jokes about your deceased husband for me. To be fair, I really feel like that would be my way of doing it too. But
Oh, yeah. And also, I kind of love a jump scare. Like, I like when people are
it's
like, no
also
way
funny.
that just came out of her mouth.
It's also funny just how people react to it, honestly.
And they're like, she's
Yeah.
crazy. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It is the thinking that you're brunette for me.
I am. I am. Look at that.
Let's do a poll. Is Abby brunette or is she blonde?
And we're going off of like right here.
No, we're going off her, I don't know, entire head.
Okay, but that's funny because people really are like either you're dirty blonde or very light brown, and I'm like, well, what is it? I don't know.
What is it? It's
Um,
great. Some people, I know it doesn't look like it here, but some people call me um blonde sometimes. I'm like, you're
but it's the I don't want a boyfriend, but I also want most of the boyfriend things, but not the boyfriend. For me,
not the commitment and the seriousness and the
it's a
attached.
very blurry line sometimes.
You think? No, I absolutely nothing about me wants a boyfriend. I just
Yeah.
want a man that wants to call me occasionally and chat and hang out with me and think I'm obsessed with me. That it's really simple. It's
So
simple, but
simple.
no commitment.
Oh, I thought that was your hand. I was like, whoa.
I love
Oh my
you,
God.
mommy.
I definitely don't want a boyfriend. I don't want an attachment, but you know, I would like a man to yes, be obsessed with me and also uh call me every now and then and
It's kind of like a you want
no
respect
commitment.
thing. Yeah.
Oh my god. Basic human decency?
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? No.
Uh,
Yeah. It's the excitement that you get when I am literally texting any man for me. It's
Other
like
than it's like if you're texting any man other than the one that I'm like, I don't want you to text. It's so
oh
exciting.
good thing not texting them. So
Yeah.
don't
Right.
worry. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
It's the asking a question, a legit question, and then while I'm answering on FaceTime, you falling asleep for me. Do you know that that happens? You ask me like a legit question, and I'm like, "That's a good question," and then I just look over, and you're like, and then I'm like, "I'm gonna let you go," and then you're like sending me things on Instagram. I'm like, "Oh, just a little power nap that was." It's so funny. All right, I think we're done roasting each other. Watch the video I sent you. I just want your reaction. You don't even have to show the video, just watch it.
Abby! No! 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 I do not like scary things. I do not like things to jump out at me. No. No.
Dude,
Please.
when I tell you my soul left my body when I watched that,
You're never allowed to give me that much anxiety ever again. Okay? You cannot give me
I'm
more
so
anxiety than a man.
sorry. Dude, I just like the feeling I had watching that video though, like, oh, I was shooken. I was shooketh.
My shooketh. I threw my phone.
I was shooketh, yeah. What song has been on repeat for you?
Oh, Moose Miller. Moose Miller. It's The Time That Kills. Hold on, let me make sure that that's his actual. Is really into him. He's actually from Ohio. Didn't know that. And our boy Cole, our homie Cole, Time That Kills. I was playing him on live the other day, and he was like, "No way, you know him too. He's from Ohio." And I was like, "I literally recently got put onto him like a few months ago, and I think maybe TikTok. I don't know how. I get put on to artists sometimes, but yeah, it was great. And
I think
Moose
you showed me
Miller,
that
Time That
song
Kills.
and yeah, I think you showed me that song. That song's really good.
Hold on one second.
Okay, my song on repeat has been Still Hot by Nick D and Connor Price.
That's a good one. I added that one to
It
my
is a
playlist
good one.
too.
That guy's Nick D started on TikTok too, I think. He's great. I was gonna say we could do colors and what we learned. I have no idea what I learned on.
I have no idea what I learned on internet, and I also have no idea what color I am today.
Are you like TV static?
I'm some TV static right now. That if a color, that was a color, that would be me. I'm just like
I might be red, like a bright red.
You're wearing red. You're also wearing a bright red. Intuitive dressing.
Shout out. This mic hacks me every time. Just
it's like
the good walls.
Mic. I need that mic.
That was beautiful.
I love you, mommy.
Oh.
This is so beautiful.
Opposite.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey. I'm gonna need you.
Should we let her end it for us?
Oh yeah, we can.
Ice cream.
Wait, what's the audience question? You want to do that?
Yeah, I think I was just other than like I threw one in mindlessly.
We don't have
at
to.
some point. The original one, this one's kind of boring, but the original audience question was if you've ever met up with anyone from like online, so dating app, professional, business setting, friend, family, what was that like for you? And what did you learn from it? But I like the original question better, and I can't remember what it was.
It was good though.
So let us know. If you have any topics whatsoever that you would like to hear us talk about, just let us know. We're very open to ideas.
Text us, DM us. Let us know.
Subscribe.
Don't forget to follow us on our YouTube, Spotify, or Apple, The Path Less Talked About, as well as Instagram and TikTok. And then, and also Laura Swindle on TikTok and Laura Swindle _ on Instagram. And Abby is Abby Huff _ on Instagram and Abby _Huff _14 on TikTok.
You got it. Oh,
I got it. And
well, we love you.
Can you say we love you?
I love you.
We love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
Laura's getting attacked with love.
Bye, guys.
But yeah, tune in next time. We love you. Bye.
Bye.